Welcome to the Chaos Makes Sense podcast, brought to you by Smarter Chaos, where online performance marketing is all they do. Now, here's your host.
It's a great day, I'm feeling good.
Hi, I'm your host, Kimberly Henry, and I'm here with Matt Frary, Chief of Chaos from Smarter Chaos, and Joel Combs, speaker, entrepreneur, and New York Times bestselling author, about staying ahead of the game. Now, before Matt and Joel join us, just a reminder that if you have questions or require assistance with your online performance marketing, you can reach Matt and the team at smarterchaos.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/smarterchaos. Matt, Joel, it's great to be talking with you today.
It's a pleasure again, Kimberly.
Yeah, thanks.
I look forward to learning lots. We're going to pick your brain a little bit, Joel. Matt, I know you're a little bit scratchy there. You had a big weekend this past weekend.
Yeah, we talked about it in the last podcast about how you've got to go to conferences. I think I forgot to mention that when you're in Vegas, drink lots of water and make sure to take care of the vocal cords. So we should add that to the last discussion for sure.
Put that on the checklist. Is there anything else going on at Smarter Chaos that you want to share with us before we dive in and talk with Joel?
No, I mean, I think we're really looking at the trends that came out of that conference. There were several great conferences in Vegas. Joel was just at CES. I was just at Affiliate Summit. There's so many different exciting things happening in tech right now. And I think that's really what we should talk about today is how do you stay ahead of all of that? And how do you apply that to a social strategy?
Great. And I know that you two hang out quite a bit, you and Joel, because you live close together in Colorado. What's the story about the two of you visiting the Twitter offices in San Francisco?
Oh, yeah, San Francisco. Well, you know, I go way back with Twitter. I wrote the first book that was a bestseller on Twitter back in 2009, I want to say, Twitter Power, How to Dominate Your Market One Tweet at a Time. And back then when I wrote the book, I had 5,000 followers, and people thought that was a lot, right? That was crazy. And now, of course, numbers are much higher than that. But one day, Matt contacts me and says, you want to go to Twitter HQ. Take it, Matt.
Yeah, so we were lucky enough at Smarter Chaos to have Twitter as a client, actually doing some of their business development. So invite Joel along, thinking that Joel's going to behave himself, as he usually doesn't, and we decided to go to Twitter headquarters together. So Joel, of course, is always armed with a video camera of some sort, his phone or whatever it is. He's tweeting about everything. He's a very social guy, creating content out the wazoo. And we show up in this beautiful Twitter headquarters in downtown San Francisco. We walk in. It's very, formal. They check us in. The security guards put us into the elevator. They only send you up to the floor that you're supposed to go to. So the elevator, you're sent up in it. You don't really get a choice to go anywhere else.
Right.
Oh.
Right, Joel? And then what happens when we get out of the elevator, Joel?
I don't remember what happened. Did I get in trouble? Oh, I do remember. I do remember. So
come on, Joel. There were security guards involved.
I remember now. So we're at the we're at the desk and we're waiting for them to get our escort, to bring us back to the compound. And I decide to open up a door that leads to another area. And of course, the door is clearly marked. Don't open this door. But, I'm curious, so I open the door and it sets off the alarm.
It really isn't marked just one time, Kimberly. It actually had several signs. Do not pass this without a pass. Do not open this door. It's written and etched in the glass. And Joel, with his insatiable curiosity, decides that he's going to go through the door and go look and see what's on the other side.
So it sounds like there's more than one way to get attention on Twitter or with Twitter. And Joel found it.
Needless to say, that was some Twitter power. And
that's fantastic.
We definitely had the security come over, and, that was our first impression in the headquarters with my newest client at that point.
Yeah, and of course, I just said I meant to do that.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. So let's dig into some, on a more serious note, Joel. How are you, other than setting off alarms, how are you creating your personal brand, and why is that important?
Well, I've been doing business online since the beginning of time, or at least it feels that way, because I launched my first website back in 1995. And in that time, I have managed to dip my toe into so many different realms: affiliate marketing, social media marketing, content marketing, video production, podcasting, mobile marketing, app development, speaking, authoring, and on and on. And I run in all these different circles. And after taking a couple of years sabbatical in 2011 and 12, when I came back, I kind of realized that I am my brand. Because I continue to do different projects and play with different markets and niches and softwares and ideas. And so I redid my blog around my brand, joelcom.com, speaker, author, entrepreneur, consultant, and all my social media profiles follow the same theme. And, so it stays consistent that no matter what I do, my brand follows me, and it allows me to jump off into new arenas that I've not done before without having to shift my brand, right? I can launch new brands under my umbrella without any need for significant changes with how I present myself.
That makes a lot of sense. So you are who you are, and that's not changing. No,
much to some people's chagrin. That's the way it is.
Right.
Joel's always had the brand of, if it's from farting to, being on a TV show about, flipping a hotel. And where was that, Grand Lake, Joel, where you were
Yeah, that was on
Hotel Impossible?
The Travel Channel's Hotel Impossible with Anthony Melchiori. Yeah, I got to be the social media consultant and actually had a few minutes FaceTime in that episode.
Absolutely, and when I mentioned the farting, and I can't even believe I'm saying that on a podcast.
I know.
But, Joel created the iFart app in the App Store.
Really?
Yes, it's true. One of the most popular novelty apps to ever hit the iPhone, and actually it's 5 years old as of just a few weeks ago. Right around this time, we were number one in the world for about 3 weeks straight, and it's really funny you mentioned this, Matt, because I am getting ready to release something to commemorate that 5 years, which is, again, something I've never done before. And I'll actually announce it here. Nobody knows. Do you want to be the first one to know what I've done?
Absolutely. I want the exclusive. What is going on with the iFart app?
You've got it. And we're going to be I don't really want this going too far beyond here yet, but what I did is I'm a huge fan of Weird Al Yankovic. I've always loved parody music. I think that, in my mind, I write these lyrics. And one day, about a month ago, I'm listening to Katy Perry's song Roar, and it's a huge hit. All the kids know Roar, and most of us.
Oh, I have to play it 20 times a day for my son.
Right. So it's a song about a woman who's been beaten down and has found her voice. Well, I thought, what if I wrote these lyrics about a woman who's embarrassed to fart in public and finds her strength that she doesn't care anymore and lets them rip? And so I wrote the lyrics. I found a friend of mine who's a professional female vocalist. She had a friend that is a professional LA studio producer. We found a track on SoundCloud and got the guy's permission, signed up to pay royalties to Katie's label, and recorded this professional song called Fart. And it's going to be showing up on iTunes shortly. And if you have any questions about it, Matt, ask Zach in the office, because he's actually heard the song and will probably roll his eyes that his dad is doing something so ridiculous once again. And right now I'm in the planning stage to figure out how to get this thing to go wildly viral. How do I get it to Howard Stern to play? It's that good.
That is fantastic, I think. And it's clearly social, what you're doing there with it, right? So that leads me to my next question. Social media and social business, what does that mean these days, that term social? What does it mean to be social?
Well, let's just say you listen to Joel, and sometimes you just wonder, where does he come up with this stuff?
Right.
And I think the biggest linkage here is, how does a business become social? Do you just suddenly create outrageous apps? Do you, what is it about what Joel is doing with his personal brand that, a company could take? And that's actually my question to Joel is, I always thought social was, create a Facebook page, create a Twitter page, we broadcast out your best deals, and that's the bare minimum of what companies are doing these days. But that's not being social. So, Joel, I think you're better to talk about that.
Those are the mechanics of what you do, right? Those are the tools that you pull out of your utility belt. But the being social really comes from being able to tell a story. You've got to be interested in what you're doing. You've got to be excited and passionate about it. I'm excited about this song. I put a lot of thought and time into it, and, I'm swinging for the fences with it. I want it to go viral. Now, whether or not it will remains to be seen, but I'm sure going to give it everything I got to make it happen. And it's about creating a story, weaving, a narrative around what it is you're doing that makes it interesting enough for other people to talk about it and use the tools that help to spread the message. But if you don't have a compelling story to begin with, then why is anybody going to use social to discuss it? You're going to fall off the page and off people's radar, and it's not going to matter.
But isn't that dangerous for like a Procter & Gamble or like a General Mills or something like that? I mean, how do they do it but don't overstep their corporate bounds, or can they?
Well, I think they can. I think the companies that take risks, we can go all the way back to Apple's, 1984 commercial. They shattered the concept of what a commercial should be, and they took on, the sacred cow of IBM, and they used this whole 1984 motif and created one of the most compelling commercials of all time. I think when you do think different and you're willing to take risks and step outside of the corporate suit and connect with people in a way that's authentic, then people will respect that. Those that stay to the tried and true, and we're doing it this way because this is the way we've always done it, well, those one day are going to be the dinosaurs. And those of us who are forward thinking, willing to step out and willing to fail, you've got to be willing to fall on your face. Otherwise, you're not going to hit it. You're not going to hit the home run out of the park. And so I'm fearless when it comes to that. If whatever I do doesn't succeed, that's great. I've got 10 other plates spinning, and then I'm going to try with this next one.
Matt, Joel, this is a compelling conversation. I'm learning lots, but we are up against a break. We'll be right back with Matt Frary from Smarter Chaos and our guest, Joel Comm.
More Chaos Makes Sense with Chief of Chaos, Matt Frary, after this. Affiliates make more money from your audience promoting Mtelligence. Mtelligence provides small businesses with the tools to engage, encourage, and measure customer satisfaction in real time with custom mobile surveys, rewarding participation with mobile coupons, while simultaneously building opt-in, SMS, and email marketing solutions. Take advantage as an affiliate by promoting the Mtelligence free trial offer and earn up to $20 per transaction. Join our affiliate program at mtelligence.co.
Nothing, yes, nothing, that a brand or advertiser says about their product is nearly as influential as what is shared online by women. She Is Media is a unique and one-of-a-kind community designed to embrace women bloggers and their ability to share their story and drive the moment of intent. Join the Sisterhood of Sharing at sheismedia.com and make money recommending products and services that matter to you. Join now at sheismedia.com.
There are 23 million small businesses in the U.S. alone. The Internet, specifically Google, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, are now the go-to source for new leads and customers. The challenge is, most small business owners have no idea where to start. We offer online courses that make it easy for millions of small business owners to succeed online. The demand for our course is enormous. Join our affiliate program at theschoolofinternetmarketing.com.
It's time now for more Chaos Makes Sense with Chief of Chaos, Matt Frary.
I'm back with Matt Frary and Joel Comm. Joel, tell us about your new book titled So What Do You Do? So what do you do?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking. And isn't that the first question that we ask people? I know, Matt just came back from Affiliate Summit. And Matt, after you shake hands with people, isn't that the first thing you ask each other?
If you're any good at business, that's the first thing you should ask each other is, what do you do?
So what do you do? And the subtitle of the book is Discovering the Genius Next Door with One Simple Question, because I believe everybody is created by God with a unique set of passions, talents, skills, ability, personality that makes them a package, a person that can bring value to the world in a way that nobody else can. And this is not just the people we do business with. These are our neighbors. These are the people around us. When people are focused on being true to who they are and seeking to bring value to others around them, they can have an impact. And so when we ask that question, so what do you do? If we stop long enough to listen,